Today's episode is brought to you by DNA Sports Training. If you or someone you know wants to take their game to the next level, then hit up DNA Sports Training. Visit DNASportsDenver.com to book a training session. We offer specialized sports training from football to track and field and everything else in between. Whether you're an offensive or defensive lineman wanting to get better off the ball, or you're an athlete wanting to improve your speed and agility, we have something for you over at DNA. Visit DNASportsDenver.com right now and sign up. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
We back.
What up?
What's up, bro?
You kind of fucking Coach Don Prime over in this mug.
Nah, just after last night, bro, we ain't taking them off.
Is that because it'll expose how you feeling this morning?
No, it's just because we ain't taking them off.
We ain't taking them off. He's staying on right here. My mama never taught me to take my hat or glasses off when I do an interview, so this is what we doing right here, right?
Exactly.
Man, what up, dog?
What's up, brother? How's it going?
I'm feeling
you
great.
feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Are you?
It's a great day. Yes.
Are you though?
Great weekend thus far.
Because you were a little bit sluggish just a second ago.
Sluggish?
Yeah.
Fucking tell these lies on me, man. Don't be telling these people all these lies.
Come on, bro.
These folks don't want to hear Cap.
Come on, bro.
These folks don't want to hear that.
You're moving a little gingerly.
What's up,
What's
dude?
going on?
Fucking go Buffs. Let's go Buffs.
Go Buffs. Hey, what a great game.
Fuck,
Just
dude.
shout out to you, right? Shout out to your company for,
Shout out to
providing
Sanders.
such a beautiful, great experience last night, bro. Double overtime. Let's
Bro,
talk.
it was a great night last night. Probably the most electric college atmosphere I've been a part of.
Yep.
One of the most electric games I've been a part of. I was thinking this morning, I woke up, Folsom sits probably about twice as many people as like Pepsi Center does, or excuse me, Ball Arena does. And this morning I was sitting there like thinking about it, rethinking that experience in my head. And I was trying to figure out, like, was it louder at Ball Arena for Game 5 with Nuggets? Or was it louder last night with the closeout, the comeback, 98-yard drive? I mean, John Elway isn't the only one in Colorado anymore with a 98-yard drive to send the game to overtime.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And man, it was an impressive night last night. If you guys don't know, talking about the Rocky Mountain Showdown, CU, CSU, both Dom and I were able to attend and hang out in the Byron White Club. And that was dope.
Beautiful.
Man, food was top notch. Drinks were ever flowing. Atmosphere, like I said, was electric. Dom, when we first got there, bro, and we went out on that patio, went live, I was kind of blown back a little bit because the stands weren't even full yet. The student section was just filling in, but that student section was loud as fuck.
Yeah, they were.
Like you could feel them, and
they were out around the campus too.
Yes.
Like, as we're walking up, you hear them. Like the environment, the moment we stepped out the car,
yo, it was wild.
really, really intense. Like you could feel it. It was in the air, bro. The atmosphere, like you said, was live. And then once kickoff got going, oh my God, was it electric?
You could feel how tense it was too at times during that game, being that, this game's, CU hasn't really, maybe the TCU game, it was a little nerve-wracking like this, but that was on the road. This game at home, man, it was wild because they're trailing going into the fourth, trailing with about 3 or 4 minutes left when they made the field goal to make it 28-20, but they were trailing by 11 points, man, and it didn't look good. The offense couldn't get anything going for a while there. It was a little stagnant, Defense was. I thought we were going to waste a really good defensive effort because the defense had about 3 or 4 different moments in that game when they were up against it, needing to get a stop. Like, hey, if CSU scores right here, even a field goal, CU's in a lot of trouble. And kudos to that defense, man. They bended a lot, but they came up in the moments where they needed to come up, including and not limited to the game-winning interception in the end zone on 4th down in 19 to try to continue that game. So big shout out to CU. Shout out to CSU, man. Jay Norvell had them ready to play. They weren't just talking crap. You know what I'm saying? They came out ready to go. He had them boys fired up. Yo, it was a great game, dude. And it was probably one of my top college football experiences.
Yeah,
So
and
let me point this out. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm gonna point it out.
Hold on.
Because I'm sure it has to happen for Coach Prime at some point too. He just makes sure the cameras aren't rolling, right? But when I'm looking at this screen, bro, I need these glasses. I gotta get those prescribed joints. I gotta get the prescribed.
Hey, you're not too
sunglasses.
Cool. I love it that you're not too cool for school. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but yeah, man, it was a great game. Let's talk about the Sanders brothers, the family, right? Coach Prime comes to Colorado.
I thought you were talking about the company I work for.
Hey, them too. Shout out to them, right? Because they're obviously, a great company doing great things and obviously doing great things for Boulder as well because, everybody that was in that suite that we were in that club level that we were in, obviously is a big part of CU football.
Yeah,
CU in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout out to all them. But, to Dion, he brings this atmosphere, bro. It's a different environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's great environment. And then his boys out there balling. They're very open and defensive. Shiloh's out there. He makes this great play, but the quarterback happened to get sacked, right? And it looks like a pick from what everybody sees.
Oh, it would have been a pick if it didn't. Yeah.
Fingertip grab right before he hits the ground, interception. And, the sack takes it away. Then the very next play, perfectly times the pass, jumps the route, pick six, bro. Yeah. The house goes electric. I called it. It was pretty remarkable to see, bro. So he did his thing, and then Shador, bro, he just put the ball in his hands.
You speak about the Sanders boys, and I thought it was really good for Shiloh to get his moment because he's played solid. He has missed some tackles and he has had some little things here and there, but he's played solid. I think he came into the game yesterday leading the team in tackles, which you don't really want your safety to lead the team in tackles, but sometimes that can speak to the safety's willingness to come up and make plays too. Yeah. And I saw a lot of that, especially on them crossing routes, him coming up trying to make plays. But it was good for him to finally get his moment, right? Like Shadur's had his moment. He had his TCU moment, and then even the Nebraska game, you could say he had his moment. And it was good to see Shiloh have his moment, bro, especially in this rivalry, the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Yesterday before the game started, they're playing different highlights on the Jumbotron, if you want to call it that. We'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
But they're playing different highlights on the Jumbotron. And it's 2005, and it's highlights from CU and 2006. And it's great because that pick six, bro, that set the tone for the defense. And that's going to be something that's revisited when you go back and looking at this rivalry, this particular, edition of it. And, you look at the score, 43-35, you don't think defense, but that really set the tone for the defense because that defense did come up clutch multiple times in that game. So it's hard to be mad at that, bro. It was a damn good game, dude, and I'm super excited that we got to take part in it.
Yeah, and they still got a lot to fix too because shout out to CSU because their offensive weapons were phenomenal last night. Their quarterback was shredding it up.
Yeah,
number 14 and 4 were out there catching balls and making plays. Those crossing routes were killing CU's defense throughout the night. And they got to there's a couple things they got to fine tune, but for being at the beginning of the season, starting out like this, getting on a great pace, getting ready to go, play a big time game for them to really show where they stand up against some real, a good opponent. And, we're excited for it. Right
well, you talked about it, man. You said, 14, that's Torrey Horton, 16 receptions, 133 yards. Yeah. He also had a passing touchdown for 30 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we saw that play. We kind of knew once they threw it backwards, you're like, oh, shit, they're going deep. And they hit it and they connected on it early. That was the first touchdown of the game. Yeah. That showed me that CSU was like, all right, we're primed to come out here and do some things. Braden Fowler, Nicolosi, 34, 47, 367, 3 touchdowns. He did have 3 interceptions, but he had 3 guys that went over 100 yards in receiving. That tight end, Dallin Holker. Man, that touchdown that he caught to make it 28-20 or 28-17. Dude, that was impressive. Like I thought they were gonna catch him. He broke free. Them short crossing routes were killing CU all night long. And it was a good game, man. Like I said, CSU came prime ready to do the thing. They weren't afraid of the atmosphere. We got a free little Wayne concert.
Yep. Weezy was in the building. You seen The Rock?
Seen The Rock.
He's not that big. Right standing next to him. He's kind of little dude. You know what I mean? Like, much bigger in film.
Saw old Denver Mayor Wellington Webb.
Yep.
Don's like, go get a picture with him. I was like, bro, I got a picture with him already.
Oh, so slight flex there.
Hey, I got a picture with him when he was mayor, dog.
Ooh, look at you.
My hands are behind my back. No, no, man. Your boy is like the recipient of the 2000 Mayor Youth Award. All right, so I don't want to flex my accomplishments, but your boy's.
I thought you were gonna say it was at a carnival and you won a hot dog eating competition.
You don't want to be swallowing the glizzy, son.
Glizzy King.
Speaking of glizzies,
Colorado State plays Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This coming up, and Colorado has Oregon.
Do you think
what do you think's going on in those games?
This was what I was wondering. And Middle Tennessee Colorado State should get off the schneid, get them a victory against Middle Tennessee State. That should be a victory. I don't want to guarantee it, but that should be a victory. Shout out to Colorado State. They played 2 games so far. They're 0-2, but they played 2 Power 5 conference teams. They lost to Washington State, and no, I'm talking about Colorado State.
No.
Okay.
I was just pointing out something else while you're talking, though. You have to stop.
But shout out to them, though. Shout out to them, though, because they're going up against Power 5 conference schools. Up to this point, CU has only played Power 5. Mm-hmm. I know Mountain West isn't a Power 5, and so there goes that streak. But I think, I wonder, and this is what I was wondering yesterday while that game was going the way it was going. I was wondering how much is CU looking forward versus at what's in front of them right now, because they got a big game coming up against Oregon. You mentioned it, and that game right there can kind of really legitimize what CU's doing. Not to slight TCU, Nebraska, or Colorado State, but if you go out there and beat Oregon, I think that solidifies what you're trying to do and what you think you're going to do this year. And I said it yesterday. We can't lose to Colorado State and think we're going to win a national title or think we're going to win a Pac-12 title. Mm-hmm. But, facing that adversity and overcoming it and kind of coming together as a team and having some things change, that's a big step in the right direction for what they're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure, man. And they're coming up against tough opponents with their star out. One of the stars of the team, you know what I mean? Travis Hunter took that hit that a lot of people would say was unnecessary.
Vicious, bro. It was definitely.
It was just uncalled for, and he's out for a few weeks now. So how they adjust to that, how they play without him, and watch them adjust throughout this game without him will be interesting going forward, dude, because they did it this week. They got it done. But what will you do against Oregon?
Well, I think you saw it was kind of slow to adjust. You know what I mean?
Jimmy Horn was struggling.
He
drops. He came through in the end.
Yeah, he definitely did. And that's what big time players do.
You move on.
He had some moments where you're like, what are you doing, bro? But he definitely picked it up. I think Colorado did a good job late in the second half, and it took a while. Like, it really did take a while. But Xavier Weaver, he came through big for us. Even Michael Harrison had 7 receptions, 76 yards. I think you look at the distribution of the ball right now. Jimmy Horn had 7. Tarvarius Dawson had 5, and Dawson was big in that Nebraska game. Yeah. So I think you've got guys out there that can catch the ball. But look at this distribution, bro. Weaver 9, Harrison 7, Horn 7, Dawson 5, Hunter had 2, but he got early. Dylan Edwards 6. You know what I mean? Like, they spread the ball out pretty well, dude. And I think they're going to have to do that in order to beat, even with Travis Hunter, even if they have Travis Hunter, right? I think you have to do that to beat Oregon, and you have to do that to beat USC. You can't be, dependent on one person or one player to make it happen. You've got to be able to attack from multiple fronts, because good teams will kind of start trying to take away what you're good at. And if you're like, okay, go ahead, take that. We'll hit you with Weaver. You know what I mean? We'll hit you with Horn. And, I think, don't mark my words, but I think we're going to be okay, man. I think we're going to, if they're hitting tight end, if they're hitting Harrison down there like they were yesterday, that's a big. That brings in them defenders, and that makes it so that you can't just double team one
Yeah.
person.
Well, you got Oregon ranked 13th right now,
Yep.
and you got
Coming off a big victory.
yeah, and you got CU ranked 18th.
Yep.
So there's some big time football games going on with, you know, ranked implications. You got Alabama and Mississippi's going on. It's 10th and 17th. There's a lot of good games. So college football is getting really exciting already.
We'll probably see it come out before we're done recording, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But do you think CU fall or not falls, but stays the same or gains any traction in the polls? Do you think do they fall? I mean, it wasn't Colorado State's not ranked. You know what I mean? It is a rivalry game, and there's something to be said about rivalry games and how they can be so unpredictable. But do you think they pick up any spots or they fall? I mean, Alabama only beat South Florida 17-3. Like, they barely beat South Florida. Tennessee lost to Florida 29-16. Tennessee was ranked number 11. You know what I mean? So you got to figure they're going to fall a little bit. What do you Mississippi or Kansas State lost to Missouri.
I don't
Kansas State
see
was
them
ranked.
necessarily losing as much as not gaining as much as
I
others.
think maybe stay at 18 or maybe move up to 17 or something like that.
Yeah, and you may see some other teams like bounce a few spots up, maybe. You know what I mean? Or maybe even someone leapfrog us and us move, but them leapfrog us because they had more of an impressive win.
Right.
But we still got to win nevertheless, so I don't see us going backwards.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to feel like you're gonna fall in the polls after getting a victory, right? Like that's kind of a tough one to kind of swallow, man. But like you said, looking forward to Colorado, Oregon, undefeated. Both teams looking to really solidify themselves. That's next week. That'll be at 1:30 on ESPN, 1:30 Eastern time. So what is it, 11:30 our time? So that'll be. Or no, that is 1:30 our time.
You know what? And then there's Ohio State and Notre Dame, bro, is going down. That's gonna be a good football game.
Where are they playing that one at? Do you know?
Let's see.
Because Ohio State comes in sixth, and Notre Dame's ninth.
At Notre Dame.
Okay.
They're going to the Fighting Irish, bro.
Okay.
The Buckeyes are going in, looking very impressive so far. Notre Dame also looking very impressive. So it should be a great matchup. Two historic, big-time college programs, and it should be a great atmosphere. Talking about CU was a great atmosphere last night. This is going to be intense.
Dude, I think that's so damn cool that they're having it at Notre Dame instead of playing it at like a neutral site.
Yeah.
Because these two teams, they definitely draw, and you can definitely fill up somewhere at a neutral site. But I think it's dope having these big games at I used to like the Showdown being up at Invesco or Mile High or whatever you want to call it. But I do like it being on the different campuses, right? Like coming to your home, I'm coming to your home, you're coming to my home. Like, we're gonna make it happen. Like, I think that's dope. Ohio State has been solid this year. I think they're still figuring out their quarterback situation. Notre Dame looks vastly improved from last year. They're coming in ranked top 10. It should be a good game, bro. Who do you think is going to take that one?
I think the Buckeyes are going to come in and get that one.
Yeah.
But that's a tough environment to go into and get a win too. So
it's true.
They better come prepared. They better be electric, but they're gonna win.
Ohio State coming off a bye this week too.
Yeah.
I didn't see who Notre Dame played. Who did they come off? Oh, Notre Dame beat Central Michigan. So Notre Dame's kind of coming off a bye too. Nah, that should be a good game, bro. Golden Domers always get a lot of love. I mean, do you ever see them going into a conference like for football? Because it's like it seems like that's what college football is trying to push everything to do is like these super conferences.
Yeah, but they're all about tradition and what they've been about. You know what I mean? But
they got their own TV deal.
They might be forced to though at some point.
They got their own TV deal with NBC.
Keep up with everything, you know what I mean? You kind of just stay stagnant.
I bet if they can find out a way because they get a lot of money that comes into that program. So I bet if they can figure out a way to be like keep their money and maybe just contribute minor money to the conference, I bet they would do it. But I think that's part of the big holdup, though, right? Is like making sure that, not like what are they like a shared revenue or whatever. Kind of find something that works out for them, but. Hey, so we're kind of talking about college football. Are there any surprises that you've seen for you personally these first 4 weeks? What's your thoughts on the season so far?
Well, honestly, bro, I think that just here locally, right? Just the environment of how good Colorado football is. I mean, maybe just because it was up front and personal with us, but I thought I
Yeah.
looked at two pretty impressive football teams. Like, yes, both teams made some mistakes,
Yep.
but the CSU quarterback, his three picks, bro. The one Shiloh jumped that one.
Yeah.
You know, like two of them were very good defensive plays. And
Yeah.
one of them was trying to rush it at the end. You know
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
last one
So
at the end, I don't know if I really count because it
Yeah.
was 4th and
he
goal.
had to do that.
Yeah, he had to go
if
from
you
the-
don't take a shot, then you lose.
Was it 4th and goal from the 23? So what are you
Yeah.
going to do?
Yeah.
Game's on the line. You definitely got to go for it.
You know,
I thought
so-
he was poised that in overtime. So CU got the ball first, right? Went in and scored a touchdown in overtime. And then CSU got the ball. And there's a lot of pressure already. And I felt he was poised. He stood strong in the pocket, man. He is delivering the ball. He wasn't going away from what was working for him. His tight end and his two receivers were killing it for him. Let's just keep feeding these boys on these crosses. Let's keep feeding these boys up the middle. Like, our middle was real soft for all that. So, yeah, I agree with you on that. But, you know, see what, three wins, and they had one all last year. That's definitely a big surprise for the year. And I think that locally that's a big surprise too. I was thinking about how good Texas is.
Yeah.
Or how bad Alabama is. I can't figure that out yet.
Yeah, Bama. No, it's probably Bama, honestly, because we're so used to them being just a top dog in the game, and right now they're looking.
But
lackluster.
they're still a really good team, though.
They are, but
And Texas went into Alabama and beat them, bro. Like, Texas is a good team too, like, for sure. I think Ewers is like, he's healthy.
yeah, I think it's a combination of both. But I think it's more surprising to see Alabama lose like that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
you know, Texas. We know Texas produces good football.
Well, and then for them to
You know what I
struggle,
mean? Like they have been struggling, but Texas is still a competitive.
well, and they got all the
university
resources in the
program,
world
so
there.
They're gonna build it. Texas breeds football, so they're gonna figure it out at some point. You know what I mean? But
I think that
to
was a
see
big,
Bama be like just beat like that.
yeah. I think that was a big statement for Texas last week, going in there and beating Alabama because they're going to the SEC next year, and I think it's important
gonna
to
be
kind of
just
set
like
the tone.
CU
Like,
going
hey,
to
bro,
Oregon.
like, yo, this is what it's going to be right here. I have to do this. I also think, as far as like surprising looks, is like Florida State looks pretty good too.
They do.
They're a top 5 ranked team right now. They've been putting up hella points. They've got Heisman Trophy candidates on their team too. Man, they're looking good, bro. I watched that game against them in LSU, and they were dominant.
And Coach Prime said them Florida boys.
Well, just imagine if they would have had Travis Hunter. Because I mean that was what, right? That was who he was committed to originally, right?
Yeah.
And they beat Boston College yesterday, 31-29. I was during halftime over there at the thing yesterday. I was watching the little highlights of that, and Boston College almost pulled that one off. But nonetheless, though, bro, they're a good team, dude. I'll be interested to see what they do in the ACC because Clemson certainly doesn't look like they're doing anything. Jordan Travis looks the truth at quarterback. So we'll see what they do, man.
Bro, I missed all halftime highlights because I was knee deep in those nachos.
You came back. You're like, I'm gonna go see if they have a sweater my size real quick. And you came back. Like, it took a while. I knocked out a plate while you was gone, bro.
Yeah,
And then
you were already on your second.
Yeah, I
Halfway
hit
through your
too, bro.
second.
Nah, it wasn't halfway through, bitch.
No, it was
No,
like halfway
bitch.
through. Yes,
Halfway
it
through my
was.
first.
Oh, don't lie.
Anywho, this fool come back with his sweater. It looked like a goddamn beach towel. Looked like this fool went and bought a blanket because he
Yeah,
was
I was
cold.
cold as
He was
shit.
shivering. He was like, "Hey man, if you want to scoot over this way a little bit, that'll be all right. I won't look at it funny or say anything bad about it." And I was like, "What are you talking about, bro?" And then I felt his little legs shivering, just and his teeth were clattering. It's pretty funny. I was like, "Damn, Dom, you're soft."
You're lying, bro. You were sitting there all quiet in the college. You're like this.
Hey man, I got yelled at the game at the game yesterday. Down in front.
Well, yeah, because you're like a fucking beam, a support beam for the.
Hey,
fucking
it's not my
structure.
fault that in a very exciting situation you're not standing up cheering for your team too.
Bro,
I mean, you know what I'm
I was
saying?
leaning over.
Oh, how do
banging
your
on the
hands
wall.
feel?
They're fine.
Yeah, you were banging the shit out that wall,
I was
man.
like a conga player.
Dude, hey, that reminded me of Old Mile High Stadium.
It was crazy.
How it used to get rocking over there, dude.
It was crazy. You could feel the ground.
Remind me of the Mead a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, the Mead game, yeah, for sure.
Hey, speaking of which, though, we forgot to do this earlier on.
No, we didn't. We're doing it now.
That's right. Shout out to Frankie Dardano.
Bro, breaking records.
Yo, he's what now the all-time
All-time
leading.
passing yard leader for North High School.
That's what's up, man. And shout out to North. Man, you went to the game.
It was a great game, bro. They honestly were flying around, doing what they were supposed to do to win. And, a couple of special team mishaps cost them the game.
Yeah.
They had a punt return against them, and then they had the snap over the head block punt. And, that was just what, unfortunately, was the difference in the game. And, they did what they were supposed to do to win, and that they came up short.
Man, shout out to them. That Northfield team's a really good team. I think they went into that game ranked number 8 in the state by one ranking I saw. So, shout out to them, man. They're a tough team, and the fellas hung with them, did their thing. Shout out to Frankie on breaking that record. I know that the touchdown one's within sight too. And, they got a game against West coming up. Yeah. And I know West is undefeated, and I don't know if West is giving up any points, but I also look at some of the competition that they played, and I'm not impressed by it. And one thing I'll say is in Coach Dardano can echo this, and all my fellas over there, my North alums over there can echo this. We don't lose to West, and so love to see them go out there and get that victory on Saturday.
Hey, I'll tell you what, just like Shador, bro, like the game looks different when the ball's in Frankie's hands. I'm telling you, because they were moving the ball with him in his hands, bro. He was making some passes that were just impressive. Shout out to everybody else on that team. The defense was flying around making plays. AK had that big touchdown. You know what I mean? He caught that.
That was a beautiful. It was shout out to AK, dog, because I didn't know AK could move like that, yo.
I did. He caught it in stride and he went, bro.
No, I've seen AK in track, and I know he's got some wheels on him, but like he hit a different gear on that one, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like shout out to AK. AK, man. Hey, dude, I was impressed with that, and you man, you really had lucked out and had a beautiful had someone catch a beautiful fucking camera angle of that coming down the sideline. Yeah. Shout out to the playmakers corner. That was a beautiful camera angle coming down there, bro. Like that was a beautiful play, man. And shout out to Frankie putting it right where it needed to be, and AK making the play.
Yeah, it was beautiful, bro. It was a great game. There was just a lot of impressive things that day.
Hey man, shout out to our little Wolfpack too, bro.
Like,
got off the schneid, got that dub, finally got some points scored, and got it looking decent. We had a conversation about that yesterday, whether or not how to feel about it, because we were playing some young guys, and there's definitely a difference in talent on the two teams, and but I think we got to go out and handle our business, and felt super excited that these guys got out there and got some confidence and got to see what it should look like, and got to see what it looks like when you put in a good week of preparation and then actually go out there and put the effort forth.
Yeah, you just said it is the good week of preparation. You know what I mean? I think we have to be consistent. If we can be consistent, and then that's what's the factor. Yeah. That's what we judge it on. And it starts with, when we go back to practice on Tuesday, how we come out, how we perform. The expectation has to be what was last week.
No.
Because if we continue to do that and we continue to build on that, it can be something great. You know what I mean? But we just have to wait to see. The jury's still out. I'm impressed, but we got a lot to see.
Well, and I think, like I said, I think it gives an opportunity to be like, hey, this is what it could look like.
Yeah.
And this is what we have to do to make sure it looks like this. And, simplifying some things and just tweaking some things to make them be a little bit easier to digest, and then rep the hell out of that now, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then shout out to everybody out there flying around playing football. Little Lorenzo, bro.
That guy's
he was out there laying some wood. Josh was out there, making some plays. It was a great day. Elia was out there doing some things. Like everybody was out there just balling. You know what I mean? And it was just a great day of football yesterday.
I loved it, man. It was a great morning, a good morning, right? That rolled into an even greater evening,
Late evening.
Late fucking morning.
Yeah.
I think we got out there, 12:30, and got back, and I got home, I walked in at like 1:30. And
we're up right now for you.
For getting it.
For the viewers. For all you out at home listening in. Just struggling with us because we're just barely getting up.
Always appreciate it.
Great late night.
Always appreciate it, man. Definitely want to give a shout out to Cutthroat Barbers and Anglers on 38th and Pearson Wheat Ridge. AJ the Chef and his team, or excuse me, AJ the Chef leads his team of excellent barbers, providing all the latest cuts in men's hair fashion. The fellas at Cutthroat take the art of barbering to the next level. They've got an open chair for you waiting. Visit cocutthroat.com and book yourself a service. Shout out to AJ Gallegos and his team over there at Cutthroat Barbers and Anglers. Make sure you follow them on all their socials. That's Cutthroat Barbers and Anglers, cocutthroat.com. Also, shout out to the Canyon Fly Shop over there. My boy Matt over there, man, he's super knowledgeable, always coming through with the great fly suggestions, just great gear suggestions, man. And they're doing their thing now, going 2 months strong, actually 2 months and 4 days strong. So shout out to the Canyon Fly Shop over there. Great concept, man. Go get your cut up front and go get you some flies in the back. Hey, if you've never fly fished before, go in there and pick his brain, man. Let him get you turned on to the game. Shout out to Jalen Witt. Yo, them fellas, they made my summer interesting this year, man, because I've been doing this fly fishing thing and having a blast at it, bro. So much to the point that I be trying to share it with everybody I can get with, man. So we get your ass out there too.
So what do you think about the NFL football season so far? And how's your fantasy team doing?
Fantasy teams 1-0 in our league.
Yeah, but my team's on top.
Well,
I dominate.
Congratulations, Dom. You won week 1.
And I'm going to win week 2, too.
What do you want, bro?
I'm already on pace to win week 2.
Hey, do you make a championship bout for week 1 champions?
No.
I'm going to ask Zach.
I'm going to win every week.
You're going to win every week?
Yeah.
Except for the last week?
No.
Every week this year. Yo, I think NFL's been kind of interesting, man. Like, freaking Aaron Rodgers went down.
Yeah, man, that sucks to see. You know what I mean? So early in the game.
60 seconds. Dude, the memes are fucking brutal. The memes are brutal.
Social media will always win, bro.
The internet is horrible, dude. The one that's in Gone in 60 Seconds, and it's like Aaron Rodgers. Fucking movie poster.
Man.
But no, it sucks for the Jets because they invested so much into that. You know what I mean? And then, they got a good defense.
Yeah. Hey, you were just reading something earlier that there may be a potential that dude could get back sometime this season.
Yeah, bro. So I was just, thumbing around on ESPN, and Adam Schefter is saying that it's not out of the question that Aaron Rodgers can return this season, sources told ESPN, but the New York Jets quarterback is not and will not put a specific timeline on his return. So it's bringing up Cam Akers back in 2021 with the Rams. He tore his Achilles and came back faster than virtually any professional athlete ever did, which is in just under 5 months. Rodgers tore his on September 11th, Monday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. Exactly 5 months before this season's Super Bowl in Las Vegas. So theoretically speaking, if Zach Wilson could do the impossible and just play competent quarterback and let this run game, this defense do what it should do because they both are really good, theoretically speaking, if the Jets were to make it to the Super Bowl, perhaps Aaron Rodgers can get back. Or if the Jets made it to the AFC Championship, perhaps Aaron Rodgers can go back. My question in that scenario would be this. Do you compromise what you're doing already? Like, if it's Zach Wilson that leads you there, like, do you say, I know you stepped in an uncomfortable spot. We didn't have any belief in you. That's why we went and got Aaron Rodgers. You came through and you led us to the AFC Championship or Super Bowl. But we're going to put Aaron Rodgers in there. Like, what does that do, man? Would you do that?
I mean, honestly, that's what you do for the team, Zach. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, it depends on the condition of Aaron Rodgers at that point. Like, is he 100%? Is he not 100%?
That's what I'm saying, though. Like,
I mean, I don't know. It really depends. Like,
but even if he is
for me, if Zach Wilson is just getting by, then you go back to Aaron Rodgers.
But even if he is healthy, though, like, what if Aaron Rodgers is 100% healthy, but is he going to have rest? And then, like, he's damn near 40 years old. I'm bitching about my ankle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
that's an Achilles tendon, though.
Yeah.
At 4 years old, like,
you're right. I mean, and why rush it for him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, at that point, he may not even be back. But
there is a precedent for it.
There is a potential.
There is a precedent for it, though, because the Broncos kind of did that with Peyton Manning and Brock Osweiler. Osweiler, you can make the serious point that the Broncos don't get to the Super Bowl without Osweiler. You know what I mean? And they switched back to Peyton pretty quickly in the playoffs, and I don't know. Maybe New York's defense is just that good when they're running, because their running game is legit. Brees Hall and Dalvin Cook are going to eat,
and their defense is legit. Like,
yeah,
I mean, they came out, they showed, and they got a great special teams, because their special teams
yeah,
is what
they closed the game out.
Right, they closed the game out.
Yep.
So they're exciting to watch. We'll see what they do today. But week 1 was full of excitement. What do you think about the Dallas and Giants game? Like, that was kind of...
You asked how my fantasy team was, and in spite of having Daniel Jones, I still pulled out a victory, but it was bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad, dude, for the Giants. I think Dallas opened that game up as well as you can, man. They were on fire. They were making plays right off the bat. That defense was making plays. They scored twice?
Yeah, bro. My defense went off. Defense. But
your defense, your Dallas defense, bitch.
I'm excited to see what they'll do this week as well.
What about?
We also got to see what the Giants do, because it's a big question mark right now. You know what I mean? Are they going to get it done? Because there was some looks of concern on their face during the game. Like, the memes are real on that.
There were looks like they definitely got punched in the mouth and didn't know what the fuck was going on. What about, we're talking about surprises. And before we got off last week, we were like, yo, Pittsburgh Steelers, San Francisco 49ers, it's going to be a good game. Or I was anyway. The Niners went out there and just beat them.
The Niners look like they're they're a threat, bro.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk looks impressive. Debo looks impressive.
The weapons they have are just unfair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and McCaffrey is just, it doesn't even look like he was coming off of injury recently. You know what I mean? Like, he looks, man, he's impressive, bro.
The weapons they have, dude, it's just unfair. They're gonna do some things in that NFC, because that NFC is weak right now. I think Philly's the only other team. They look vulnerable. They did well Thursday night. They beat who they played Thursday night? Fucking Vikings, right? Yeah. I know that score, that game ended with a 7-point loss. It wasn't that close though initially, but their defense didn't close it out.
But honestly, let's keep it real. The Vikings are a great offense. Like, they got weapons.
Oh, absolutely.
The Vikings got weapons. Kirk Cousins can move the ball around, so that's gonna be a high-scoring game. What is impressive for me for the Eagles is who's gonna stop that run game,
dude.
That offensive line.
Swift, 170-something rushing yards?
He killed it, but the offensive line moves defensive line.
Yeah, that offensive line is good, bro. Lane Johnson, Kelsey at center, dude. They've been good for a while, and they're just continuing to grow.
Most impressive offensive lines in the NFL.
Well, and they were last year, dude. That fourth and short play that they do, the quarterback sink that they do, they're going to end up outlawing that shit, dude, because it's impossible, bro. They get such a push on that, and their formation is so interesting, too, because I'm like, how are all these guys considered on the line? You know what I mean? Like, some of that formation drops back almost like a V, but they can't be stopped on. If it's fourth and goal at the goal line, dude, I'm fucking betting that Jalen's going to get it, because they can't be stopped, bro, like that. Bro.
Hey, what's up with Jalen Stanson's fucking gun, bro? He's like, oh, wow.
Looking like he's about to take a shit right there.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Whatever works. It's working for him, bro. He's killing it right now. And he's one of the more exciting young quarterbacks there is out there in the league. He's one of the I identify him with the future of what they always say the future of the position, right? The future of the quarterback position. A lot of people say that about Michael Vick. Some of these more running quarterbacks, RG3 when he was out, that's like the future of the position. But he's the now of the position. You know what I mean? I think next to Patrick Mahomes, he's freaking arguably the best quarterback out there.
And he's a great leader of his team, bro. Did you see him and AJ Brown getting into it?
What the fuck was that?
It didn't want to come out, bro. It was like a demon.
You sneezed that thing out of there. No, I did see that. And, also I saw what was exciting with that, because they had that happen. Obviously AJ Brown wants the ball, but Devontae Smith was killing it. But then what I liked is he hits AJ Brown on that deep touchdown. It gets called back for penalty. And the very, very next play, he tries to hit AJ Brown on another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's well aware of keeping his receivers happy, and to an extent, receivers never going to be happy. But I think he distributes the ball well, goes with what's working. I wish he'd hit the tight end a little bit more, But I think it's also what the teams give you. I think Minnesota came into this game with one of the lowest rated defensive secondaries. So of course there's opportunity for your wide receivers to feast. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting, as they match up throughout the season and as they continue on. One is I'm always concerned about these teams that play late in the seasons because then you start seeing injuries happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's one thing that you got to worry about is just, all right, at some point, does attrition start to set in? And then, how deep are they or how good will they be if they start losing guys up front?
Yeah. Hey, what are you looking forward to today?
For as far as football games,
Yeah.
probably tonight, Miami and New England. I thought Miami handled their business well out in LA. The Chargers are going to charge it, baby. You got to count on that shit. Hey, that crowd was loud for Miami, though. That crowd was real loud for Miami. That's what I love about Charger home games is, it's usually a home game for the road team too.
Bro, I'll tell you what looks impressive already off the bat. And Tua can stay healthy, him
Yeah.
and Tyreek look phenomenal.
They got like a good chemistry together, bro.
They
That
do,
just
bro.
that just clicks, dude.
It. You know when he came in and he said that he throws a better deep ball than Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
You can tell he truly believes that because he just runs right underneath it. He catches him in stride.
Yep.
It's fucking
It's
impressive.
nice to have a dude. 'Cause, I mean, don't think about Dante Culpepper back in the day.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a dude that you can just throw the ball up there and he'll run underneath it and go get it.
Yeah.
And Tyreek does it differently than Moss did. He doesn't, use the athleticism that Moss used, right? But he does it and he goes up there, man, and he runs under that ball and he gets to it.
Throw it as far as you can throw it, and I'm gonna get.
Well, the other thing about him too is like, all right, hey, throw me a quick little 5-yard slant
And then
and let me work with the ball in open space. I don't know if there's anybody better in open space than Tyreek Hill, and I can't think of one.
They call him Cheetah for a reason.
Dude, he is so good. Maybe people like Debo or even Ayuk is pretty good in open space right now, but Ayuk's good on a route. But dude, Tyreek's hard. It's hard to game plan against him, bro. I don't know what you do sometimes with do that fast and just that, maneuverable.
It's going to be a defensive game, but I'm excited to see if one of the offenses could get going in that Jets-Cowboys game. Because both defenses are great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, they're both going to play a defensive game. So, who is going to score first offensively?
And I imagine
Cowboys?
a lot of what the Jets going to do going forward this year kind of hinges on that game too. Like if you think about it, like if Zach Wilson comes out and just fucking shits an egg, all of a sudden them dudes on the free agent list look a little bit more appeasing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just makes you wonder what they're gonna do. Got to come out. That Cowboys offense, they're okay, but they didn't go against good defense last week. This is a great defense. So it'll be interesting to see if it's gonna be one of them, 17-16 kind of games, bro. One of them freaking defensive slobber knocker.
Yeah, you got Colts, Texans, Niners, Rams. There's a lot of good games going on. Seahawks, Lions.
I'm interested to see how the Lions respond after everybody been talking about them all week. Gassing them up, saying, they're going to the Super Bowl, they're doing this, they're doing that. I'll be interested to see how that works. I think last year the Seahawks went in there and the Lions stole one from Seattle. So now we're in Detroit. We'll see how that goes.
I'll tell you who has to answer this week. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep.
They cannot lose two division rivals back to back, bro.
Yeah, you can't go 0-2 in your division already.
No, you can't. That
Especially
was
this
bad.
one's at home. I picked Cleveland last week because Cleveland versus Cincinnati at home. I think Joe Burrow's something like 1-7 or 1-8 versus Cleveland on the road.
Yeah, but
Something bad, bro. Like
you can't go down 0-2.
No, you can't have two division losses to open your
Regardless
season.
if this was in Baltimore or not, you can't do it.
Well, that's why I say you got to win it at home though, because like if you lose this one, then you got to go to Baltimore still. You know what I mean? Like that's that. Man, you don't want to be chasing Baltimore.
No.
You gotta. And I think Bengals will come through this one. I think that division, bro. That division's gonna be a 10-7, 11-6 kind of division, bro. I think it's gonna just be beating the shit out of each other all year long between the Bengals and the Ravens, and then even the Browns and the Steelers. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna have some say in it too. So I think that's gonna be a tough division.
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy, bro.
Your boys are going to Buffalo, man. What's up?
It's going to be a tough game, but we'll see where we're at. this is what we're gonna have to find out. The Bills are coming off of a loss,
Yeah.
so they're trying to come out and be impressive. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough game, and we're never good on the East Coast in the morning. So
That's what I think about. No West Coast team is.
yeah, no. So it's gonna be a struggle. But if we could come out and look impressive, Jimmy G got to look a little bit stronger, bro. A couple hits, every hit he was like getting up so gingerly. Remind me of that player that always gets up.
Yeah, yeah,
after
I know,
every
I know,
play.
I know.
So
And it just slowly, like,
yeah, like come on, dude,
like,
not
dude,
every
you're fine, bro. You're
time.
good. Get up. Let's go. Yeah, he does, but he gets hit too, though, man. I don't know if he
He
knows how to take
does.
a hit right.
I don't know, but he looked impressive. So if he could come out and put some points up on the board, the defense will play great. If we could steal a win in Buffalo, that would be great for us.
Yeah. So I
What
got
do you
to,
think?
well,
No question.
fuck Buffalo. Let them go down to 0-2. I don't think the Raiders are going to do it though. I do think that 11 a.m. starting on the East Coast is a real thing for West Coast teams, and it's real hard. I don't think of it. You go back and look at the records. I mean, you get ones here and there, but I think But if anybody could do it, it could be the Raiders. I mean, Josh Allen right now. We were talking about it before we started. I think Josh Allen's overrated as shit now. Like I don't. I think he peaked. I think he peaked.
Oh man,
I think
don't
Lee.
do that.
I think Lee. No, not like. Listen, I
He's a
think
great quarterback.
he is, but I think the league figured him out.
No, I don't know.
Bro, he did not look great on Monday. He's
didn't
just
look
throwing.
great.
He's just throwing shit up.
Well, hopefully he does that today.
I think there's a good chance that I bet he at least throws an interception in this game,
Pick six.
maybe two.
Give us a pick six and one regular.
Well, I don't know if
Come
you
on,
guys.
do it.
I don't know if you guys got the ability.
Cojones.
I don't know if you guys got the ability.
Oh, that's so wrong.
They just got stuff right now. But
They
hey,
just got stuff.
question for you, bro.
No,
Did you know?
I don't want a question.
I got something I want to ask you,
What's up?
bitch. Did you see the story about the fucking Mexican government unveiling non-human alien corpses dating back 1,000 years?
I'm not entertaining you.
They said they found this shit in Peru. Wait, why ain't you entertaining? You don't believe in aliens?
Yeah, the way. Yes. Nah.
Oh, you think
I did.
I'm talking about some different kind of aliens? Nah, so it was like Thursday. They said that they found two apparently non-human alien corpses dating back 1,000 years in a Peruvian mine. Little small body looking things, bro.
That's crazy because the other day, I'm not playing, dude. I was driving down the street and I thought I seen something.
I was talking to you. I think I was on the phone with you.
Yeah,
And
you were on the phone and it was kind of spooky. It was moving different. Like I'd never seen anything move like that. And it was high. So
Was it high or were you high?
no, it was.
Stupid. I don't know, man. Like I see shit all the time in the sky that I wonder. I also know, like, we have spy balloons and shit that fly above us and we don't even know about too. So I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if like some of the shit is just like the government does know about, obviously, and they have the technology, and that's how we advance. And then the truth is just too real, bro. Hey, hey, let's go. Now, did you see these pictures?
Yeah, they're crazy.
It looks like, so you've seen Men in Black 2, right? Or Men in Black 1?
Yeah.
Do you remember the little creature
Yeah.
that's living inside the person?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't it look like that shit?
It does.
You know what I mean? So like, people always say art imitates life. So maybe they're trying to tell us something MIB, bro.
It also looks like they just made that out of some Indian clay.
I mean, it's mummified. So, what's when I worked at the art museum, I used to work there and I used to do like the night shift. So you like walk around and lock shit up, make sure everything's secure.
Mm-hmm.
And used to love on the fourth floor there used to be like all the like pre-Columbian stuff. So it's like all this like shit that they found in like Mayan ruins and these old Aztec arts and things like that. And they used to always be interesting looking like figures, like clay figures that they made. You know what I mean? Or chunks of wall that they did hieroglyphics on or whatever. And they're always interesting the way they like some of the people were shaped or some of the people were, the figures look like, or some of the things that they were referencing in them. And there's all kinds of theories out there about like, if aliens built the pyramids in Egypt or in, Mexico and in South America. And it just makes you wonder sometimes, man, like when you see things like this and then you just hear about the other things, see things like you saw, driving around, like makes you wonder sometimes, like, I don't know that alone in this universe. The universe is vast. Our galaxy is vast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it
Oh.
I could see how as your boy Devontae Adams takes one in.
Yeah.
I could see how like keeping this shit from the public couldn't kind of keep people from losing their mind because a lot of people have like just different beliefs or faiths and things, and I think sometimes some things are just a little too real for people to have to deal with.
Yeah. What if they're living amongst us within the pyramids?
What if we are the aliens?
What if
You know what I mean?
they said it
Because
looked like
there's a
E-
missing
They said it looked like ET.
there's a missing link, right? They always talk about the missing link. Wonder if we're the missing, the aliens. We are the aliens, bro. You know what I mean? They copied our shit and shit us down here. I don't know. It look like ET. It kind of does.
They said 3-finger hands with string elongated skulls.
Hey, wonder if they just found somebody that was making these into cast bronze, and they just found they just found some of their work, bro. They're like, yo, this shit's an alien, dude. Like, it's non-human. It's like, yeah, because it's clay, asshole. That's somebody's work right there.
Question for you, mailbag question of the day.
Mailbag question of the day.
Yep. Just who is the upset of today?
Who's the upset of today?
What's the upset game?
It's hard to say NFL is gonna have upsets, bro.
What do you mean? You already know who should win and who shouldn't, right?
You're saying the Raiders. So you just say that because you want to say the Raiders are gonna be the upset win of the game of the week.
I won't pick my team. You don't.
I'm gonna say honestly, I don't know how much of an upset. I didn't even see what the spread is, but I think Jacksonville's gonna beat Kansas City.
That's a good one.
I think they're gonna win. I think it'll be one of them emotional. We barely lost to you last year, kind of redemption victories, and I think they're gonna win. I think Kansas City's gonna start 0-2, and maybe even like 1-3, and have some everybody talking about how they're fucking faltering, and then they'll make their little run in the middle of the season. But I think right now they're just I don't know. I could be wrong too. Travis Kelce's coming back, so I know that's big for them.
And would you say that Bengals are probably the favorite today at home?
Yeah, but barely. I think they're only like a field goal favorite.
That's the one that I'm picking.
Ravens?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens won, though.
Yeah, they are going to win.
Yeah. Question for you, bro. What you been watching lately?
Honestly, football.
Yeah?
Yeah, either film or regular football. I haven't really been watching any shows.
Yeah, I haven't been watching too much film,
You know.
but I retain it all.
No. Yeah, I know you don't need to do that. Earlier, it was unkind who you compared yourself to.
It's unkind who you compare the players to, too, but
No.
You got to check out this show on Netflix called Painkillers, bro.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that last night. How'd it go?
It's pretty good, dude. It's about Purdue Pharmaceuticals. They basically the creators of OxyContin, and as you know, OxyContin exploded and got a lot of people addicted. It's basically heroin in the pill form, and got a lot of people addicted. A lot of people died from that shit, and there's a big uproar about it eventually. And the documentary kind of details how these guys manipulated the system to get it FDA approved as safe, and it's a damn good documentary, bro. Especially if you know anybody that's dealt with some addiction to pills and stuff like that, bro. Like, it's incredible how they were getting it done. I mean, the pharmaceutical company was sending these like beautiful young ladies that just come out of college to go sell the pills to doctors and health organizations and get them to push the pills, and they would reward them. The more they sold and the more they pushed on people, they'd reward them, all while assuring the doctors that it was safe and that it was non-addictive. And then when people did come up, ended up addicted to them or abusing them or dying while abusing them, they would just spin it like, well, then people were drug addicts, and that's why they abused the drug, and they were drug addicts, and that's why they died. It wasn't because the drug is not safe, or they had other addictions and they end up taking the pills and abusing them. It's wild, bro. And the way they tell it is like stories, multiple different little like reenactments of stories and about people that just fucking started taking them because of work injury and being addicted. It's wild, bro. It's really good program.
Though.
Yeah,
that's real. I'll go check it out.
It's really good, bro. But man, I got a little mailbag question for you off the top. Where do you rank your experience yesterday with that CU football game in terms of being like sporting events that you've attended?
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's way up there. Because I've been to some pretty fun things, bro. But like college atmosphere, that's definitely number one.
Hmm.
Like you said earlier, I would say it's probably like three or four.
Yeah. It was fun, dude. It was fun. It was definitely something that I'll always remember. And again, shout out to Sanders, George C. Sanders Company, and for hooking up that experience, man. I've been blessed this year, dude. In the last 4 months, I saw a Game 5 closeout, victory for an NBA championship, and then I got to see probably one of the best college football games I've seen, and it's probably one of the best college football games in the state of Colorado in terms of like between Colorado State and whatnot. But it was a blast, bro, and the energy was crazy, and the atmosphere was wild, bro, and I'd have to rank it up there. I don't know that I would anything tops that NBA championship, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, no, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. Sorry about that one.
Yeah, that would have been amazing right there. But no, it was great, bro. It was definitely like number 3 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, my brother. Well, it's come to that time where we should get up out here and watch these football games, man. And
Let's do it.
you want to hit the list? You want me to get the list?
Go ahead.
Hey, man, as always, shouts out to Inkless Laser, Icon Sales and Boxing. It's going down October 8th over at Icon Boxing. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to have some fighters on next week.
Yes, sir.
Kind of talking about what's going to come up. And, hey, we're like 3-4 weeks away, so we want to see you guys out there. That's October 8th at Icon Boxing. We'll get some ticket information out very soon. Shout out to Anytime Flood Restoration, Zach G, the Play Harder Podcast, Rebel Promotions, Black Sevens, Janice's Catering, Lash All Beauty. What up, Shar? Shout out to you for doing your thing. Cutthroat Barbers and Anglers, the Canyon Fly Shop, our Westminster Youth Football Association, and as always, DNA Sports Training, DNASportsDenver.com. Make sure you hit up DNASportsDenver.com. Go get you a training session in. Talk to my boy Johnny. We probably get something in with his kids soon here. So, hey, it's that time of the season. MySparkDenver.org. Make sure you get hooked up there.
Yes, sir.
Chance to get free training sessions.
Yeah, that's right. Chance to get what you could do is go to MySpark and they will give you $1,000 for
Extracurriculars, yep.
And extracurriculars after school programs. If you are a DPS student and you are qualified for reduced or free lunch, hit up myspark.com.
Hey.
Shout out to you, bro, for taking me to that yesterday. It was amazing. Shout out to your company. Give them a special shout out for, providing such a beautiful experience.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. You got a great employee on your hands, a great person right here.
Oh, they already gave the tickets. You ain't got to butter them up too much.
Oh, yeah, because they, there's some more college games coming up, and it would really be nice to go again. So, but shout out to my daughter. It's her birthday weekend. So she's getting old, and I don't like that too much. But shout out to you, baby girl.
What's sad about her getting old is you getting old too, my dude.
Oh, no, I get older.
Shout out Jada, happy birthday. Hey, shout out to my partner, man. We're out of here. Shout out to that North High School football team, bro.
Yeah.
Them boys getting it in.
Let's get it done this week.
Shout out to our Wolfpack. Bye week this week, but we'll get it back next week.
Yeah, but we're working.
Working hard, baby. Hey, shout out to you for listening.
Let's go.
As always, hit them socials, man. We're going to hop up out of here. Peace.